Setting up an online store, that's actually the easy part. The real challenge is making it run smoothly, without it turning into this tangled mess of systems that don't talk to each other. For way too many businesses, that mess is their daily reality. So today, we're going to dig into how to fix that with a really powerful, unified approach to e-commerce. Does it ever feel like this? It's a feeling a lot of business owners know. Your website is telling customers one thing, your warehouse has a totally different story, and your office staff is just lost in the middle. This is the exact point where your growth just grinds to a halt. So let's break down the real problems behind this disconnect. Okay, so before we can even talk about a fix, we have to properly diagnose the problem, right? What are the specific headaches that come from having a disconnected e-commerce setup? Let's get into it. Well, these four things pretty much create a domino effect. When your website and your operations are stuck in their own little silos, you get these huge data gaps. That forces you to do everything by hand, which is not only slow, but it's also just begging for errors. And that in turn creates a crummy, inconsistent experience for your customers and leaves you basically flying blind with zero real-time insights. It's just this vicious cycle of inefficiency. Okay, so we've laid out all the headaches. Now let's talk about the cure. We're going to shift from the problem to a really powerful integrated solution. We're talking about ERP-powered e-commerce. The main idea here is real-time harmony. Just think of an ERP system as the central brain for your entire business. So instead of having all these separate systems that are constantly fighting each other, it brings everything together under one roof. Your website, your stock levels, your customer data, it's all operating from one single source of truth. So let's break that down a bit. A unified website and back end? That means no more tedious manual data entry or painful reconciliations at the end of the month. Real-time synchronization means that when a sale happens online, it's instantly reflected everywhere, from your inventory counts to your accounting books. And maybe most importantly, the whole thing is built to be scalable. It's designed to grow right alongside your business, not hold it back. So, what does this actually look like in practice? Let's follow the journey, right from the moment a customer clicks buy to the second that package lands on their doorstep, and see how a unified system makes every single step so much smoother. It really all begins with your products. Imagine this. You need to update a price or change a description. Instead of doing it in 10 different places, you do it just once. Everything is managed from a central hub. This guarantees perfect consistency everywhere and, honestly, saves a massive amount of time. You change it once, it's updated everywhere. Simple as that. Now, this is a huge one, overselling. With real-time inventory tracking, your website knows exactly what's in the warehouse at any given second. This one simple connection prevents that classic e-commerce nightmare of disappointing a customer because you sold them something you don't actually have in stock. And this automation, it just flows through the entire journey. Payments from different providers are integrated seamlessly. Complicated shipping rules, handled automatically. Taxes are calculated correctly without you lifting a finger. And of course, customers get those live tracking updates they've come to expect. This is what it looks like to build a truly professional, efficient operation. A streamlined backend is amazing for the business. But what about the most important person in this whole equation? The customer. Let's take a look at how a unified system can totally transform their experience. Okay, so the foundation of any great customer experience is actually knowing your customer. It all starts with a unified database, where every single interaction, every purchase, every preference is all stored in one single coherent profile for that person. Now, with all that unified data, you can start creating some truly personalized experiences. The system can offer smart product recommendations, you can send out super targeted offers, and really just make every customer feel like you see them and you understand them. That's the difference between a one-time sale and building real, lasting loyalty. Of course, all of this is for nothing if that final step is clunky and frustrating. A frictionless checkout is absolutely non-negotiable. It has to be simple, it has to be secure, and it has to work perfectly on any device. Phone, tablet, you name it. This single step is where so many sales are either won or lost. But what happens when you want to grow, maybe beyond your current borders? Well, a truly scalable platform is ready for that challenge. With built-in support for multiple languages, currencies, and all those different regional tax rules, you can step into new markets without having to rebuild your entire system from scratch. Look, a powerful system is one thing, but having the expertise to implement it correctly, that's everything.
This is where the partner you choose to build this technology becomes absolutely critical to your success.
And when it comes to experience, that's where the rubber really meets the road. According to the source material, a partner like Setu Consulting brings a really deep history of success, with over 200 projects already delivered. That speaks to volume, to repetition. But, the complexity matters too. Over 50 of those projects have been for huge enterprise clients, which proves they can handle the most demanding, large-scale jobs out there. And that kind of experience, well, it builds a very specific kind of trust, which is reflected right here in the result, a 99% client satisfaction rate. That tells you they don't just finish projects, they deliver real outcomes that drive measurable success for the business. This quote really just sums up the whole philosophy. It's not about trying to force your business into some pre-built one-size-fits-all box. No, it's about understanding your unique way of doing things and building a solution that's tailored to you, leveraging deep expertise in major platforms like SAP, Odoo, and Oracle. So we end right where we started, with a fundamental question. Is your business built to scale, or is it stuck in silos? It really forces you to look at your own operations and ask if your technology is a growth engine or an anchor holding you back. In today's market, the answer to that question could define your entire future.